Hi guys, this is Karen,
And Tammy.
and finally get to meet my wife. And we are the team of Restless in Retirement. And now we're known as, the next series will be, you say it, I don't know how to say it, Two Broads Abroad. Hey guys, have an issue with the camera. I'm just going to keep going and hopefully it'll start working. We actually left April 15th and we arrived in Scotland the morning of the 16th. We actually fly normally via Amsterdam, and we'll cover that in another video. We do it for a couple of reasons, because we don't have to mess with London and we don't have to mess with rechecking our bag and go. Test, this is only a test. I don't know, I guess we'll keep going. Alright, so went to Dunfermline the day after we arrived. Went to Dunfermline to spend the night with my cousin, and we actually took a city bus. I think it was like £14 or something. I mean, it was super cheap and comfortable, and we had a blast sitting upstairs watching everything. Stayed with my cousin that night, and then we had tickets for Murrayfield for the women's rugby, Six Nations.
Okay, it looks like we're recording. We were talking about Murrayfield, the women's Six Nations rugby, Scotland versus, I forgot who it was.
England, and we get gubbed. Oh my God. 84 to
7.
But we had a great time.
We did.
It was like, we had great seats right behind the goalposts, and just a great venue. It was like really cold when we got there. First thing we did was stop and buy a woolly hat, and then the sun came out and we were in the sitting. We actually got sunburnt.
Yeah.
So we were sitting in the sun all day, and actually we've had sun every day since we got here, April 16th. It is now May 3rd, and today's the first day it was overcast. It's been crazy. The weather's been absolutely nuts. But anyway, Murrayfield was brilliant. Then we went back to Bishopton on
the next day.
Bus? Yeah, bus.
Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday went back to Bishopton, hung out there a couple of days. Then we made a big trip to Mull, which I talked about earlier. We had pre-booked our train tickets, and that's an amazing trip from Queen Street up the Royal Highland line to Oban. It was amazing. We're going to show some pictures, and we had a little table. They have snacks and beer and drinks and tea and coffee. Of course, we had a little custom drinks of our own. And we just sat there, 3-hour trip, but the scenery is just amazing. So we went up there on the train, cut the ferry. Actually, we cut the earlier ferry. We were booked as passengers on the 2 o'clock or something, but we got there at 12 and the ferry was there. So the guys don't really care as long as you got your,
especially as a walk-on.
Yeah, vehicles are different, but passengers. So we got the ferry, and we'll show some pictures of the scenery crossing over to Craigmuir. Mull was amazing. It was Tammy and I, my cousin Gwen, and then we met up with my good friend. We call her Norwegian Kate. She's my fellow accordion player. She was there, and then another good friend of mine. She came up Friday through Monday. But we had a blast. We stayed at the Tobermory Hotel. There was a couple of little instances there that happened. Toilets getting clogged and some leak next door, but it was fine. The music was great.
We made the best of it.
We made the best of it. Well, there was
there was
4 of us, so 5? Five of us, so we just had a good old time, and the weather was fantastic. We're going to fill this with pictures. You probably won't see much video of Tammy and I. We're just going to load you up with pictures and scenery and video. But Mull was amazing. The festival was amazing. We ate really good food.
It's not the festival that you are used to in America, where there's a big venue, you have to buy a ticket to get in, all that kind of thing. It was just each little bar um, had some sort of entertainment, whether it was old traditional Scottish music or younger, newer people doing music. But so you just basically bar hop throughout the day and the night.
Right, pretty much. The music started, most of them, from 12 or 1 o'clock and went to probably 12 or 1 o'clock. But yeah, if the places were too busy and there were too many people, we kind of felt that in one place. Like, I just got a little claustrophobic, too many. We just went to the next place, and then, different crowds, different vibes. So it was really cool. I mean, Mull's a great place to go, but everything's in Tobermory. The festival is throughout the island, but Tobermory is the main town, and that's pretty much where a lot of the action is. But we had an amazing time in Tobermory. Then we left to come back. We all kind of split up, come back different times, and actually our ferry was late, which meant instead of waiting on the next train, which we just missed we just missed the 12 o'clock, and we were actually booked on the 2 o'clock train, but we didn't want to sit around for 2 hours. So there was a bus leaving in 20 minutes, and it was $15 each. And it's the same 3-hour trip, but it takes a little bit different route. So again, we just got her comfortable and got on our seats and sat and enjoyed the ride. So it was pretty cool. So we get back to Bishopton, spent a few days. I got some video of local little roads that I used to run around on when I was a kid. We're going to post them in Bishopton, playing around with the drone. Yeah, had a few run-ins with that, but it's been fine. And then another thing I wanted to talk about was we were undecided about getting a car, renting a car. We're actually probably going to buy a used car, but we had so much stuff to bring over to Rossi for our digs. I mean, we had golf clubs and full luggage case and little
2 big cases, 1 small case, 2 backpacks,
accordion. So it was just crazy even to expect anybody to. We couldn't even fit in the car with all the stuff, so we just decided to rent a car, and we said, well, we'll get a car for a week. So here's a lesson learned. All the years I've been coming home, I've just go on Expedia or Booking.com and research car rentals, or through my American Express, because you get discount on research rentals, and I've always gotten a car like that. And for some reason, something came up, and it was a local company called Arnold Clark, which is actually throughout the UK, and they were having a 20% off higher if you rented the car anywhere between the 1st and the 30th. Like, you started your rental between the 1st and the 30th, you get 20% off. And I went onto their website, and lo and behold, not only was it 20% off, their actual daily fees, we ended up paying half of what we paid for car rental last year. It was like £28, and that comes out about $36 a day. We're normally paying $50-$60 a day. And because we used the what do you call that card?
the American Express.
Right, Amex or whatever they call it. Go to that. If you have that card, go on there, because it actually has not only just covers you for car rental, but it covers the full amount up to 100,000, and we paid $24 per rental to have that extra coverage. So we didn't need any insurance from the car rental place, not anything. So we actually got extra coverage through American Express. So that's something. It was such a good deal. We're keeping the car for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Basically, we're getting 2 for the price of 1.
And it's a great car. It's called
yeah.
a Skoda, Skoda Octavia. It had 12 miles on
Yeah.
it when we picked it up. So it's brand new.
I'm like,
I'm not driving.
She's not driving, and I'm like, oh God, a brand new car. This is Talk about pressure. But anyway,
But it's a great car. It's a hatchback. It
yeah.
fit everything perfectly. And we stopped and got a
Oh,
bunch of groceries before we came
we'll,
over on the
we'll
ferry.
post our pictures of that into our car was full.
Hmm.
Anyway, so we had called the digs. We were supposed to move in me first to like this is going to be our 6 or 5.5 months that we're living in this little flat apartment in the Isle of Butte, just outside Rossi. And I called the guy calling and I asked if we could come a day early just 'cause we were just kind of hanging around and just wanted to get over and get situated.
Tired of living out of a suitcase for two
Well,
weeks.
there's that. And he said, yeah, no problem. So we came over. So we had to drive to a place called Weems Bay, which is probably about 40 minutes from Bishopton, just down the coast past Greenock. And then a 35-minute car ferry ride. Didn't have to buy the tickets in advance, not really needed for them runs. And then, just under 2 miles from the ferry,
Yeah.
something like that. We did have a bit, yeah, uh, catastrophe coming in because apparently there was a washout on the little road leading to the
Um,
digs, and it said road closed. And he had said, "Oh, just come through the sign. It's road closed. Just drive through there." Well, there's two sides to the road, and it's the same road. It comes off the main road and then arches and goes back onto the main road. Well, we come off the first one, and it
mhm.
said road closed. I'm driving. The road was getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and there was more cars, and we are just fitting through between the cars. And all of a sudden, there was a big gate. Like, no, we're not getting through here, and there wasn't anywhere to turn around. So all of a sudden, reverse skills, trying to figure out number one where reverse was in the car. And then Tommy backing me up, I was like, oh, I was just like, oh, get me out of here, get me out of this car, get me a drink. So anyway, we switched around to the other side of the road and found our digs. And then, yeah, we've been here since Thursday, April 30th, right?
Mhm.
And it's the scenery is fantastic. I'm gonna
Yeah.
show you. I don't know if I can do this right now, but we're gonna show video. That's our window looking across the River Clyde. I've got tons of video, tons of drone footage. So, yeah, we just not living out a suitcase. I think we're just enjoying it. So we haven't been going crazy since we got here. We just kind
Yeah.
of little run out and get groceries and messing around.
Took a little drive yesterday.
Yeah,
Ended up at this cute little, I don't remember the name of the hotel, but had a little bar lunch, soup and
yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah, it's a cool little place. It's a lot of countryside and roads are quiet and the scenery is amazing. It is an island surrounded by water, so you're looking across the mainland, Largs, west coast of Scotland, and on the back of the island is a lot much larger island called the Isle of Arran, and with mountains. So you're looking at that if you're on that side of the island, and then looking at just north of us is what they call the Argyll, Dunoon, Argyll. So you're looking at the peninsula over there. So it's pretty cool. And I just noticed we both have got on our Minnesota twin jumpers. No particular reason. We couldn't get the heating to work here earlier, and we're both sitting freezing.
We needed a tutorial. We're just not used
Yeah,
to the UK
yeah, just
way things run with
yeah.
heating and such.
So we were sitting here absolutely freezing. So it was jackets were going on, and then I'm like, I gotta call the guy. I gotta tell him we're sitting here freezing. He lives above us. In 2 seconds, he came in. He's like, bloop bloop, press this switch. Like all the outlets in the UK have where your plug goes in. There's a switch on every outlet
To turn it off and on.
to turn it off and on. Every plug, and that's something I put one in for my phone, but I forgot to press the on, and it was kind of similar to our heating. We had turned it on, but hadn't turned it on. So
Yeah.
anyway, this is only sweaters that we really brought with us. We do have lots of swears at home, and for some reason, I don't know what we were thinking.
Because I don't know. Because we thought summer, but
Yeah.
also weight. We were trying to keep the weight
Oh, yeah.
on our baggage to the 50-pound limit, which was very difficult.
Very difficult. So anyway, we that this is the reason for the Minnesota Twins. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We just want to touch base with everybody, say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for following along. We've got tons of videos and scenery and drone stuff and pictures, and we'll just keep you, we'll just keep you informed of what we're doing. Um, Talk about some of the things that Tammy's probably finding a big difference from the US. Some of just the way things are done or not done or services or whatever. But anyway, it's been fun so far. We've had a blast. We've
I
done
do appreciate the forms of travel here, whether it's bus, rail, train, ferry,
Yeah.
but you can't be in a hurry. It with a lot of it. If you've got a long journey or you have to make a switch between train to bus, bus to ferry, you you have to plan it out to some degree.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what part of the country you're in. I mean, when we were in Mull, I mean, it was limited bus service, no buses on a Sunday. Uh, hard to get a taxi because there were so many people. So, it just really depends where you're at. But yeah, it's just the public transport is good. But then the very day that we were going up to Dunfermline,
Oh yeah.
we were going to go Saturday morning and be at Murrayfield to watch the game, and I thought, let's just go Friday, and got dropped off at the train station and waved goodbye to my cousin, and then the guy in the station's like, oh, there's no trains, all the signals are down, every train's cancelled, and we're standing there going, oh, what now? But fortunately, I had another cousin who had been in touch and said that they were heading up to Glasgow, so they got us up to Glasgow. But yeah, it's a great service when it's running, but things happen. You just got to be able to be flexible. You can't be all, this is what I'm doing and this is how it's at. You gotta, you just gotta go with the flow.
Yep.
You just gotta go with the flow. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. We just wanted to touch base. You get anything you want to add, Mrs.?
Nope.
No. But we love our digs, and we sat out there the first night with a couple of ciders and just watching the world go by, really.
It's very peaceful, quiet, lots of birds.
Yeah. I mean, the town is only 1.5 miles away. But where we're at in particular, we're actually quite elevated. I was reading today, it's like
400 feet.
400 feet above. So you're sitting up, looking across. We can see directly across to Largs, which is on the mainland. So yeah, it's really cool. We're enjoying ourselves. Okay, you guys, I hope you're good. And first time we got Tammy on. And of course I do all the talking. All right, well, you guys be good, and we are loving being retired. And
I wouldn't say we're restless anymore.
I wouldn't say we're yeah, you know what, I stopped myself, but
but we're now two old broads abroad.
Two old broads abroad. That's where we're at.
And retired.
All right, guys. Have a great day, evening, week.
All right.
And like and subscribe. However you do that. Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.